morning, everyone. Welcome. What a great day. It is raining outside, but man, is it sunny in here. We are here for a very happy occasion, and it is just great to have this great turnout this morning, especially the weather. I have tickets tonight to be at the race at Charlotte, tomorrow night to be at the race at Charlotte. I think I'm probably going to be sitting in front of my TV at home, maybe watching something else. But it is great to have you here for a very happy and special occasion. And let me mention, first of all, I hesitate to even start introducing any special guests, because as I look around, that's about all of you. I do want to mention we have trustees here. We have members of our foundation board of directors here. We have elected officials. Look around, I see Mayor David Smith. We also have Representatives Alan McNeil and Pat Hurley here, and thank you for coming out today and being here. So many people from industry. I'm afraid to get started there, and but I do want to thank you for being here. And I'll introduce our guest speaker in a few minutes, but there are a few other people here from Haas Automation that I want to introduce to you. I think it would be great. And by the way, we also have people from the advisory committees. In our community colleges, we have advisory committees for all of our academic programs, and this program has an advisory committee of people in the community. And we appreciate the advisory committee being here today. Haas Automation in California, Oxnard, California, they don't sell directly, they have distributors. And we have a distributor here that we work with, and we have bought 90% of the equipment in here through the years. We have bought from Haas. And in fact, you'll see a sign when you go in later up on the left about our relationship with Haas. It's a long-term, long-standing relationship. They've been extremely good to us. We've had scholarships, we've bought their equipment, and it's been an incredible relationship that has been nurtured through the years from Mitchell and his staff, and then more recently by Garrett and all of our people. We've had a great relationship built with us. But Brooks Barwick is the president of Phillips Corporation, which is a Haas factory outlet, and this is where we buy our machines. It comes through that distributor and a sales engineer that we work with a lot, Steve Price. Where was Steve? I saw Steve. Steve is over here, and Steve, we bought a lot of equipment in here from Steve. And Steve, we thank you and Brooks both for being here from Haas. I will want to say, just as another testament that I think is very important about our role in education in the community, 3 of our graduates now work for Brooks with Haas manufacturer. 3 of our graduates, including Bill Cranford. Bill, raise your hand so they can all see you. Bill was one of our former student ambassadors, and he now works there along with 2 other students, 2 other of our graduates. So it's not just that they finish here and they get jobs, but now they're up there selling the equipment to other companies and working with Phillips Corporation. So thank y'all for being here very much. I want to say how grateful we are for support from the community. We have manufacturers here. I think most of y'all know that when we built this facility, and by the way, Robert Carmack, Robert, come around here out of the corner so people see you. Robert was the architect for this new facility we have, and here's Robert. And he works out of Raleigh. You say, well, why didn't you hire local? He lives in Ramseur. So, he was the architect for all of this, and Robert, thank you for being here today as well. But machining is one of the most employable skills in this county. And we used to have a little machine shop less than half the size of what we have in here now. And it was hard to maneuver in there, and it was hard to get the new equipment we needed. And one of the dreams for this building, this old abandoned furniture warehouse, there's a lot in here. One of the dreams was that the back third of this building would be dedicated to our new machining program. And we doubled the size of our machining program and greatly increased the number of students who could be trained. And right now, our local manufacturers tell us that if we could train double the number of students we currently have, they could hire them. And they are being hired at great wages with outlook for great careers. And so this is a community thing. Our manufacturers, our representatives, our commissioners, so many people have supported what we're doing. And we thank you very much for that. And so this is an exciting day, and I don't want to take any more time. We're going to hear from, right now, a greeting from the chair of the RCC Foundation Board, Dean Sexton.
Just that. Thank you, Dr. Shackelford. On behalf of the RCC Foundation Board of Directors, I would like to thank Gene Haas and the folks at Gene Haas Foundation for providing $1 million to RCC's Computer Integrated Machining Program. We are grateful for the support we've received over the years from the Gene Haas Foundation and Gene Haas Automation. Our students are the beneficiaries of your generosity. They've been able to pay for their education because of the scholarships you have funded, and they've received the best training possible because of the state-of-the-art machining equipment you have donated. Your new gift will continue to benefit our students as well as close the interest gap and the skills gap in advanced manufacturing. We are excited about the new possibilities for the computer integrated machining. Thank you for honoring us with this gift and helping us create opportunities and change lives.
I want to introduce Peter Zierhut. It's so good to have him here. We've been doing business with him a long time, and Peter has been very interested in this program and knows about this program. And this is his first time to have the opportunity to visit our campus and our program, and he's very excited about being here. Peter started at Haas Automation in 1984 as one of the first 3 employees. And if you look and see what that is now, that facility looks like NASA or something. I mean, it's huge. And Peter was one of the original trio of founders of that facility. He has worked his way up through various management positions in the early years, from GM to controller to manufacturing to sales and marketing to Director of Public Relations. He has done everything for Haas. He spent 22 months in North Carolina starting up a new automotive wind tunnel, Windshear, a Haas subsidiary in Concord. If I had the time to go over his whole resume, one of the things that's impressive, and I can't go down the list, but if you look at his involvement in the community there in Oxnard, he's involved with the chamber, he's involved with the Boys and Girls Club, he's involved with this, he's involved with that. He doesn't just live his life in the confines of that manufacturing plant. He's a citizen of that community, he's a leader in that community, and he's someone we look up to greatly. And I'm just more than happy to, ecstatic to have with us today, Peter Zierhut.
Thank you, Dr. Shackelford. I appreciate that. I really am excited to be here and see this great facility, and I should have come a lot sooner. This is really one of the most impressive facilities I've seen, the best in North Carolina by far. So thank you for that opportunity. I wish Gene Haas could be here, but Dr. Shackelford, I know you can appreciate racing, and Mr. Haas is now leader of not only a NASCAR race team, but also a Formula One team, and his duties have taken him away this weekend. But he'd be impressed to see this facility too. And just a couple of words about the facility and what we do for education. I think our efforts here in and around education are really second to what you do here. Without the efforts that you put together here, the work you've done, there would be no need for this, and no need for us to be building machine tools. Garrett and Mitchell, I know you really have led what happens here, and your whole team. We're happy to be working with you. Impressed with what you've done so far. Glad to be a part of it. And again, on behalf of Gene Haas and the 1,300 employees of Haas Automation, thank you again for the opportunity. Appreciate it. I do want to help commemorate this new facility with a plaque that, by the way, for those of you that can appreciate machining and manufacturing, this was made entirely, almost entirely on a Haas machine anyway, machined from salt aluminum. And Dr. Shackelford, I'm going to give you that for your new. But more importantly, paying for these facilities is probably most important. We have the big check.
I have to tell you, our trustees, most of our trustees are at a national conference in New Orleans this week, and I was supposed to be there, and they were texting me last night, having their picture made with Emerald Lagasse. And I said, if we only get $999,000, I'd be there with you, but this is $1 million.
They're hiding his face. Go down a little bit.
Peter and I are talking.
I know. That's impressive. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Peter, for those kind comments. And I'll tell you that a lot of colleges are vying for the money that they're putting into education. It's not like they just had some money and called us up and said, a lot of colleges are lining up wanting to be a part of this, and we're very fortunate to be selected. And it's because of the great work that our faculty and staff do and the quality of our students. And we thank you again very, very much. I want to show you something here in just a moment. First of all, this will be the signage for when you come into this facility from inside. You see there's nothing overhead. This says computer integrated machining, but we want you to recognize it before you get here. And so we have a nice sign that was just delivered. And
Wow.
I want you to notice that with this gift, we are renaming the program. It has been our computer integrated machining program. And as of today, this is the Gene Haas Computer Integrated Machining Institute. And because of the time that it takes to get all the external signage, let me tell you, we will have signage on the outside of the building. From this parking lot, you'll see it. From this parking lot, you'll see it. From the back of the building, you'll see it on that back wall. And on the front, the very front of the building where we have Continuing Education Industrial Center, we're going to have a Haas Computer Integrated Machining Institute sign, and we're building a small sign on the corner there in the yard, kind of like the one out front, except it's gonna be about this tall. And we're gonna have a nice sign there. So since we have this to show you today, let me show you kind of what the front will look like in just a short time.
Wow.
Here you can see the signage on the front of the building, and actually this will be in red here in the, so we'll have this freestanding sign that's kind of like the one we have out front, and this on the front of the building. So from any direction you approach this building, you're going to see the Gene Haas Computer Integrated Machining Institute. So a great day, and Peter, again, thank you very much. Well, we are more than grateful, and I'm so glad that you could be here to share in the joy of this this wonderful gift. And let me say a word about a lot of times when they have given money to education, that money has been given to build the facility. This was different, and we had to work with their lawyers, with their foundation board. How do we word this? Because this is not really, the building is built. This grant is going to be used. We cannot buy equipment with it. Now, and that makes good sense if you think about it, because their foundation can't give us money and then get credit for giving us money to go buy their machines. And they sure don't want to give us money to go buy somebody else's machines. So we don't buy equipment with this money. And since the building's already built, what do? This money is going to be used for a number of things to build the program, but one of the top priorities is we have not only a skills gap in Randolph County, but we have an interest gap. A lot of the parents who've been laid off from this plant are not encouraging their children to get into advanced manufacturing. So what we're doing, instead of waiting till they get out of high school and hope they find us, we are building a program and using part of this money to build a program to take advanced manufacturing and machining into the high schools and introduce high school students so they see this career early on and hopefully close that interest gap. So we're very excited about that. We think that will increase the capacity of this program, and we're just could not have afforded to do it otherwise. And so thank you very much. At this time, as we get ready to close, I'll say that the faculty and the students are going to be in here to, I invite you to come walk through. And you say, well, I don't know anything about machining. Just come walk through. You will be fascinated with the tour. And take a moment to welcome our guests from Haas and greet them, and then come in and take a tour of our facilities. They'd love to show you what we have. And again, thank you for being here. And thank you, Peter, for coming all the way from Oxnard, California. And thanks to our folks from Phillips Corporation for being here. Very glad to have you here as well. And with that, we conclude creating opportunities, changing lives. That's all we do. Thank you.
Okay.